Do you worry when you think about money? Do you try to save, but it never feels like enough? In this slow English story, you will meet Lena. She is poor, she is tired, and she is afraid of the future. But one small idea changes her life. You will practice your English and also learn this truth. Do not only save money, learn how to make it grow. Lena lived in a small village in the mountains. The houses were made of stone. The streets were narrow and full of dust. She was a widow. Her husband had died in an accident 2 years before. Now she lived alone with her little daughter, Mira. Their house was tiny. The roof leaked when it rained. The wind came in through the cracks in the door. Every morning, Lena woke up before the sun. She walked to the river with a big basket of clothes. She washed clothes for rich families in the village. The water was very cold. Her hands were always red and dry. Her back hurt from bending over all day. In the evening, she carried the clean clothes back. Sometimes people smiled and thanked her. Sometimes they did not even look at her. On Fridays, they gave her coins. Not many, but enough to buy bread, beans, and oil. Lena had a secret. Under one loose plank in the floor, there was a wooden box. Every week, she put a few coins in this box. She told herself, "If I save enough, we will be safe. We will not be hungry one day." But the market changed. The price of bread went up. The price of oil went up. Everything went up. The money in the box stayed the same. It did not grow. One night, Mira looked at the table. There was only thin soup and 2 small pieces of bread. "Mama," she asked softly, "why can we not buy apples? Why can we not buy warm shoes? My feet are cold." Lena felt a heavy stone in her chest. She wanted to cry, but she smiled instead. "Soon, my little bird," she said, "I am saving money. One day, things will be better." Later that night, when Mira was asleep, Lena opened the floor and took out the box. She looked at the coins inside. She counted them again and again. They made a small, cold sound. It did not sound like safety. It sounded like fear. The next week at the market, Lena walked past the stalls with her small bag of coins. She saw women selling cheese from their goats. She saw men selling herbs from their gardens. She saw one old man selling jars of milk. They were not rich, but they looked calm. They did not look afraid of tomorrow. Lena bought bread and beans, then stood to the side. She held the last coins tight in her hand. She did not want to spend them, but they also did nothing in her hand. At that moment, she heard a young voice. "Fresh honey. Sweet honey. Try a spoon." She turned and saw a boy with a table. His name was Pavel. He had dark hair and bright eyes. On the table were small glass jars full of golden honey. People came, tasted it, and smiled. They gave him coins, and he laughed kindly. Lena watched him for a long time. He did not look worried about prices. He did not count his money every second. He just worked and smiled. When the crowd became smaller, Lena walked to the table. "Pavel," she asked, "where do you get this honey?" He pointed up the hill. "From our bees," he said. "My parents bought 1 beehive last year. Now the bees work for us every day." "Just 1 beehive?" Lena asked. "Yes," he answered. "At first it was small. We did not get much honey, but we did not eat it all. We sold some and used that money to buy better boxes and more flowers. Now we have 3 hives." Lena was quiet. She thought about her wooden box under the floor. The coins inside did not work. They just slept. That night, she could not sleep. Wind pushed against the thin walls. Mira turned in her blanket and pulled her cold feet up close. Lena got up, lit a small candle, and opened the floor. She took out the wooden box. She opened it and looked inside. The coins stared back at her. They were exactly the same as months before. She whispered, "You are not helping us. You are just hiding." Her hands shook. Her heart beat fast, but slowly she made a brave choice. The next morning, she put on her old coat. She took most of the coins from the box. She left a few for food. Then she walked to Pavel's house on the hill. His mother opened the door. She looked tired, but her eyes were kind. "I want to buy a beehive," Lena said. Her voice was small but strong. Pavel's mother led her to the yard. There were many wooden boxes there full of bees. "We can sell you a small old hive," she said. "It is not strong yet. You must take care of it. But if you are patient, it will grow." Lena gave her the coins. Her hands felt empty and light. Her heart felt scared and full at the same time. They carried the beehive down the hill together. Lena placed it behind her house near some wild flowers. At first, she was afraid of the bees. She stood far away and watched. Pavel came sometimes and showed her what to do. He said, "Do not shout near them. Move slowly. Give them water. Plant more flowers. Write down what you see." Lena began to keep a small notebook. She wrote, "Day 1, bees are quiet. Day 5, bees fly more in the sun. Day 10, I see new honey inside." Weeks passed. Lena still washed clothes at the river. She was still tired. But when she came home, she always checked the hive. It was like a small promise waiting for her. One bright morning, Pavel knocked on her door. "It is time," he said, smiling. "Let's open the hive." Together, they opened it carefully. Inside, they found sweet golden honey. Lena put a little on her finger and tasted it. It was rich and warm. She filled 2 small jars. That evening, she gave one to Mira. Mira's eyes grew wide. "Mama, this is amazing," she said. She laughed for the first time in many days. The next day at the market, Lena put the second jar on a small cloth. "Fresh honey," she said. Her voice was shy. A woman came, tasted it, and bought the jar. She gave Lena coins. These coins felt different. They were not from washing clothes. They were from her bees. She used some of the money to buy more flowers for the hive. She saved a little for Mira's shoes. She wrote everything in her notebook. 1 jar honey equals this many coins. Use some to grow the bees. Use some for food. Week by week, the hive grew stronger. They sold more honey. Later, Lena bought a second small beehive. Slowly, life changed. The table had more food on it. Mira got warm socks and later, real shoes. The roof still leaked, but not as much. They fixed some of the holes. One evening, Lena and Mira sat outside, watching the bees fly home in the orange light. Mira said, "Mama, we are still not rich." Lena smiled. "No," she said, "but now we are not only afraid." She picked up a jar of honey and held it up. "This," she told Mira, "is better than a box of coins under the floor. The coins only sleep. The bees work. They feed us. They grow. They do not lose their power." The old wooden box stayed empty under the floor. Sometimes Lena touched it and remembered her fear. Then she looked at the bees and felt strong. When people in the village talked about saving money, they sometimes asked her, "Lena, do you still hide coins in the floor?" She shook her head and pointed to the hillside. "No," she said. "Do not only save money. Give it a job, even if it is small. Let it grow." If this story touched your heart, and if you also sometimes feel afraid about money or the future, remember Lena and her bees. Ask yourself, what small thing in my life can I grow? If this gave you hope and helped your English, please like this video. What do you want to grow in your life? If you want, you can share your answer in the comments and subscribe for more slow, simple English stories from the stories of my life.